Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Joey here. Super excited to bring you a new video. Hopefully everybody out there is having a great day. It's absolutely pouring down rain outside here, which is actually nice. It's better than the snow. Snow's fun for a couple days, but it's nice when it goes away so we can all drive around. They never plow the streets in my neighborhood, so it's always a lot of chaos kind of getting around in the snow. Super excited it's gone. Been replaced with this really nasty rain. It was just amazingly cold. I mean, it was really cold, so thankful for that. Our video today is going to be focused on the Red9, and the Red9, in case you don't know, is a very powerful handgun, and it has quite a few places where it really comes in handy. Also has a couple places where it's just pretty much worthless. So it's kind of like it's going to be all over the place with this gun. Basically, I tried to use it as much as I could in spots where it was actually like, you know, another gun would have probably worked better. It could basically second as a sniper rifle if you needed it. I definitely showed a little bit of that in this video too. So we can't really get the Red9 until we see the merchant when he sells the flash grenades recipe. So it'll actually be a little bit before we can use it. Today's video is going to be a no damage run, just like the last few videos I've posted. Most of the videos going forward I'm going to be doing are going to be no damage runs, just to keep the challenge alive and keep the fun up, you know. And I'm kind of getting through most of the guns in the game where I'll pick a weapon and I'll basically, you know, focus that weapon through most of the run. And so this is the Red9, and let's get into it. All right, how's everybody doing today? Thanks for joining me. It's Joey. I've got a video for you today, and this is going to be focusing on the Red9. And this is probably a fairly unused gun as far as everything I've ever seen. I don't really see a ton of people using this gun. I don't see a ton of people talking about this gun. I don't see a lot of love for this gun. Mostly what I see is people maybe doing achievements, pistols only achievements, where they may, you know, try to use this gun. So I'm going to kind of go over what I think about it, how it worked out for me, you know, those kind of things. And, you know, if it was easier in some spots or if it was tougher in others. As you heard in my intro video, some places it was amazing, in some places it was absolute trash, with a capital T. So we're going to go through all those instances. I tried to overuse this gun, as I do with most of my videos where I'm kind of looking at a weapon. You know, I try to use it, obviously. I mean, that's why people clicked into the videos, because they're like, hey, you know, Red9, no damage. What's up with that? Let's check it out. So yes, this is a no damage run. And as I said in the intro as well, most of the videos that I'm doing from here on out are definitely going to be no damage unless I'm working on something else. Just because for me, it's kind of the way to go right now. I find it to be fun. I find it to be a challenge. Also, I think people would probably be more interested in checking out a video where the person took the time, you know, to get it looking good, get the video looking good, get the gameplay worked out, you know, use good mics, make sure that the volume is right, make sure that everything is a pleasant experience, I guess is what I'm getting at. So that's what we're doing here. No damage, didn't take any hits, came close a few times as always. And in my practice runs, you know, took a couple hits along the way, but for the most part, I haven't been taking any damage in this game for a long time. So, you know, Red9 didn't really get me in too much trouble, because Red9 is a very powerful weapon. It's very good from distance, and with the stock, it's pretty good. I didn't play the game without the stock. I bought the stock immediately, just because I really wanted to see how the two work together. So I don't know why most people, unless they were worried about case space, wouldn't buy the stock. you know, if they were buying the gun. So not sure how most people will probably, you know, treat that part of it. But I got the stock. I was looking to do a pretty full review on the Red9, so stock was part of that. So checking out my RNG for the first encounter here, and a lot of the enemies just wouldn't come up to the cannon, so I couldn't, you know, blow their heads off with unlimited ammo. So kind of just working my way out of here now. I waited long enough. It's really nice to get as much as you can in the beginning. Some of these guys have dropped me rubies in the past, which was really nice. I don't think we got anything cool this time. So we're going to make our way out of here. So back to the Red9, you know, pretty much everybody that watches my videos knows that I'm all in on the Punisher. And that's the gun I like to use the most when it comes to, wow, that was close. When it comes to the hand cannon, I like to use the Punisher with the laser sight. I find that that's just, you know, way OP. And the Red9 feels fairly balanced. It doesn't feel like incredible. It doesn't feel terrible. It fires super slow, but it hits pretty hard. The Red9 for PlayStation 5 players is probably not going to be the go-to for anybody with half a brain. So most people that play this game are going to go Blacktail, or they're going to go Punisher. They're not going to go Red9. It's too slow. It's too hard to line up your shots. I think you got to get headshots to get the bonus damage. And we basically upgrade it with the upgrade ticket like as soon as possible. I even have a little bit of a way before Gloria A Las Plagas, a different way of doing that so that you can get the upgrade ticket like right away. Although it doesn't really matter. It's not really going to help you out too much with Gloria. There's a super easy way to do Gloria, and, you know, I don't know why anybody would do anything different. So Red9, the good, the bad, the ugly, and it was fun, you know, no worries. I didn't get killed over the Red9. I'll put it that way. I don't really think it led to any deaths for me. Reload is pretty slow, but we got it upgraded pretty quick, pretty fast. So I wasn't sure exactly how I wanted to try to do this video, because you can't get the Red9 until chapter 4 or 5, I think. I'll have to double check, but it's later in the game. It's wherever you can buy the flash grenade recipe is where you can finally get the Red9 and the stock. So I tried to decide if I just wanted to do the video and just have it start at that point. But then I just kind of just said, no, I'll just do the whole thing. I'll rerun it from the beginning. That'll give me a chance to kind of stock up, you know, handgun ammo. And yeah, I got a little bit on fire right there. Thank God I didn't take any damage. So that was close. Usually that lady doesn't give me any problems. She just drops down before, you know, throwing a Molotov, but she threw a Molotov first before dropping down. I think it's because of where I was positioned. She just does not want to catch on fire either. I mean, this lady is just going to town. So yeah, so we did the whole run from the beginning, and I think that was the better way to go. And there was definitely some challenges along the way with this gun where I was hell-bent on using it. It didn't matter what happened or what came up or how pissed off I got or how frustrated I got. I was hell-bent to use the Red9 quite a bit on U3 straight up. So I was like, I'm taking you down with this Red9, period. And I put in the time to try to come up with the strategy that sort of worked. And I think I came up with something pretty good. Again, I don't know why anybody would want to take on U3 with the Red9, you'd have to be a complete nitwit to do that, which, you know, thankfully for you guys, I am. I found it to be quite the challenge, and that's what kind of made it more fun. And I guarantee you, you're going to see literally no one taking on U3 with the Red9, but, you know, I am that man. So yeah, we didn't just take him down with just the Red9 alone. I'm not that silly, you know, but we mixed it up a little bit. You know, came up with something that worked out pretty good. You know, took on the Garridoros with the Red9, and, you know, use it as a sniper rifle a bit here and there, which it works pretty well as, you know, crazy as that sounds. When I did the handguns only run for Leon, I basically used the Punisher and I used the Matilda. It's basically, I substituted whatever weapons I would use in the normal game with the pistol equivalent. So my main handgun was the Punisher, and what I used for submachine gun was the Matilda, which it does a great job of. And for my sniper, I used the Red9. And I did the handgun only challenge very, very easily in Leon's run. In fact, it was actually quite fun. I thought that was a really cool challenge, and it was very fun to do. So I kind of used some of those same principles moving on to this run, where, you know, I'm trying to show off the Red9, trying to show what it can do, trying to show what it can't do. You know, and I feel like I did a pretty good job of that. So thank you for hanging out with me today. It's a, you know, Tuesday morning, and completely terrible weather outside. It's just been that way for the last few days. I have a house with a sump pump in it that really scares me during these times when the rain is coming down like crazy. It basically gets on the roof, and then I don't know where the water goes from the roof. I think it goes down into the sump pump, which is a real nightmare. It goes from the gutters, and then from where it goes from the gutters, I have no idea. I know a few of the gutters spill out into the yard. You know, that much I'm clear on. It's where it does go into one pipe that goes underground, and where that goes, I don't know. Trying to figure out who I need to hire to, I guess, put a camera in that pipe and find out where it goes. I'm worried that it's kind of going into the basement. And if that's the case, I mean, that's kind of why my pump is sort of getting overwhelmed. It's like starts and stops every, you know, minute or so when it's going like this, and it makes me a little bit nervous. I put in a new one. I got a quote to, you know, from a plumber to put in a new sump pump, basically where they provide the pump and they, you know, put it in and all that. And, you know, I think they came back with a quote of like $1,800, and I was just like blown away. Told the guy right then and there, I said, dude, you're not even fair. Even though I don't know anything about sump pumps or plumbing or anything like that, I mean, I could literally look at the sump pump and sort of get an idea of what's going on. So kind of did my own research, looked around, and I found, you know, a decent pump that looked like it was going to work at just Home Depot. You know, it was like $300, and, you know, it said it would work for 5 years. And so I did. I put it in and I replaced it, and it took me a little while. And what sucked even worse was, you know, the rain was just coming down like crazy when I was trying to replace it. So it was like totally, you know, coming up in the sump pit, you know, and freaking me out. I didn't want it to go all over the basement. You know, I mean, I don't have any carpet in the basement, which is good, but I've got stuff stored in the basement, which made me kind of, you know, pick it up off the ground a little bit. I've basically raised everything a little bit, because I believe that people with sump pumps in their basements, you are at risk 24/7. You're never going to be cozy. You're always going to be worried about it. When it comes time to buy another house, I may or may not buy one with a basement that's below grade. as time goes on, it's just something that I just don't want to worry about. It's really frustrating, especially if the power goes out. That means the sump pump can't pump. And it's not something I want to think about 24/7. And I feel much better about it because I put in the new pump and it's working good. So it only cost me $300 and a lot of cussing on my part because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't know shit. I don't intend to know anything, but one thing I did know, I wasn't going to pay that guy $1,800. That was stupid. And I love to turn people down in this lifetime when they're being totally unfair. I figured $500, maybe $600 for the pump and to have it installed, because literally all they had to do was just drop the pump in the pit and then connect one pipe in one pipe only. And they were like, oh, well, I'm afraid to do this and I'm afraid to do that. I was like, no, you're afraid to work for fair amounts of money. That's what you're afraid of. Your fear is to be fair. That's your fear. You're, trying to put your kids through school, which, I can't blame you. Fine. But, there's going to be another dummy along the way. It ain't going to be me today. All right. So we're here at the merchant. And we're kind of going into this with the idea that it's going to be a lot of Red9. So what that did was it opened me up to consider using the Punisher again, because I haven't used the Punisher in so long, because I've been doing videos on other weapons. And so I really was excited about being able to use the Punisher again. So we get that fired up, we get it dusted off, we get it from Stranger, and yeah, so I think we're going to sell the Blacktail, yep. And I did this run a few days ago, so it's always, kind of coming back to me a little bit here and there as we go. I don't know exactly everything that I did, but I have a fairly decent idea. And when I do these videos and finally do the commentary, it's been a few days, and so, some things have been forgotten. I've gone off and done other things with sump pumps and played a lot of music and stuff like that, so... All right. So right now we're leveling up the Punisher so that it can punish effectively. And as usual, I don't care too much about the reload speed.
This kind of work is about finesse, stranger. Little bit goes a long way.
Add a little bit to the TMP because we're going to need that later for Gloria.
Gotta split.
All right, we're getting ready for our black robe fight. Get everything set up before you save. That way you don't got to do things a bunch of times. Make sure that everything's loaded. Make sure that all the parts are on your guns. These are just simple practices that, help you along the way. Saving a few seconds here and there is always a good thing to do. So, all right, well, let's do this. Didn't get the stun. Got it there. Don't even bother kicking. It doesn't even matter. Just keep headshots going the whole time. And then when this little buddy shows up, take it out. There's a good stun. Very nice. Probably going to use a flash grenade right here just to kind of get the upper hand. I'm sure there was people coming up behind me. I didn't even... Yeah, right there. Just keep walking forward. Get rid of the black robe. Beat it, scum. Again, that's one of my favorite lines from one of the oldest arcade games around. I can never remember the name of it though, but it was just a game where you run around and you beat people up. And there was one boss fight that you would be fighting and he would like wreck you. And after you were dead, he would always say the same thing. It'd be like, beat it, scum. I want to say it was called like Renegades or some shit like that. That I played a lot of video games in my life. So, all right, we're going to clear this place out. So just to finish up on the sump pump topic, I think that the next house that I buy, I don't think I'm going to deal with that. Even if you get the best sump pump on earth, and, you know, some of the YouTube videos that I've watched where people have like redundancy, like 3-level redundancy, like 3 sump pumps, one, you know, that just goes most of the time, and then another one if the water gets too high, and then another one if the power goes out. Because typically if the power goes out, you know, it's raining sideways. We get a lot of rain here, and so that's definitely an issue. What I really should do is I should just clear out that whole basement of all things, not use it as a storage anymore, finally get off my ass and get rid of the things in there that I just can't seem to throw away or can't seem to sell. That's my real problem. I guess to sum this whole thing up, my problem is not with the basement or with the sump pump or anything else. It's the fact that I'm using that area for storage. Because if I got rid of everything that's in there for storage, I would have zero worries at all about that basement or that sump pump. That sump pump can just live and do what it needs to do for 5 years, and fine, it will live its happy little life down there pumping away. Nobody has to hear it. Nobody has to deal with it. And if it dies, I put in a new one. So basically, I just came to the realization of the answer to all my problems. And surprisingly enough, that answer has not occurred to me until just now, by just kind of just working through the problem and then trying to think outside the box. And that's pretty much mostly what life is all about. Thinking outside the box, trying to come up with a different way to solve a problem, because, you know, this problem is never going to go away, and we have a lot of problems in our lives that aren't going to go away. You have to work around them. Same thing with, like, you know, you watch survivalists working with Mother Nature. You know, they always say go with Mother Nature, don't go against Mother Nature, because it'll get you killed. You know, that's probably true. You know, you have to think outside the box, and, you know, I'm happy that I kind of came up with this realization today, just now as we speak, by thinking about it. And while I was discussing this with you guys, it made me think of a new way to do it. So kind of that's how I roll. That's how I think. That's how I operate. As soon as I can get rid of everything down there in that basement that I care about, I will give no shits about anything that goes on until I sell that house. And hopefully my goal is to sell that house in like 10 years or so and let it be somebody else's house. And we are cold kicking it in Mendez's house. And he sent me an email and said, hey, I have a charming house. Would you like to buy it? It's above grade. There's no sump pump downstairs. It's a charming little house. So I thought about putting an offer in. You never know. This house could be a good flip. Bathroom needs a little bit of work though. And this guy didn't show up until later. Usually he's right here at the door, and he didn't show up. So I was getting a little worried. Turns up he's right here. He's taking his own damn time. So that's a little RNG for you. Even once you have like the best, you know, best laid plans, Resident Evil will always throw you some RNG weirdness. And it kind of keeps it fun. I always worry that they update this game, you know, and I always have to go back and look at the patch notes and see if there's anything posted, because things just get really weird. Alright, those two guys usually give me trouble right there. I've been watching some of the games done quick, and, you know, some of the guys that play these games like really fast and speedrun them and shit are just amazing. They're ready for every single RNG moment possible. They're ready for every little bit of weirdness. They're ready to respond like in a split second. Their reflexes are just unreal. And I really enjoyed watching some of the games. I think I watched Resident Evil 2 and a couple other games, some of the older ones, but they really raised a lot of money. It was pretty shocking. I think it's like 1.5 million the last time I checked, which is great. I mean, what a cool thing to do. ¿Dónde estás? Even she says it. I did see a little bit of a strat where somebody used the crossbow to shoot the chainsaw lady before turning the wheel. I really like that strat. I'm going to try to do it here at some point because I'd rather use a blast arrow than a flash grenade. As most of you who've watched my videos know, that I typically, before doing no damage runs, I just spin the wheel and the chainsaw lady comes running through the door and she swings around like a drunk hoochie mama, you know, missing everything and everyone in sight. But it can't be relied on and it can't be trusted. So when I'm doing no damage runs, or runs for newbies, I try to do the safest possible way and to show people that it's very easy to get through these parts. So I spend a flash grenade now, and I do that because I don't want to save here. I don't want to waste a save. I'm going to use the save for Gloria A Las Plagas. Before, I used to feel a lot better having that save there in case the chainsaw lady hit me, but now I don't even care anymore because the save had to go. And using the flash grenade right there, she can't even get through the door. But I've seen some people use the crossbow, which I'm going to try to do a little bit more of. But the only problem is, look at my case. Look at how full my case is. It's absolutely full. And I don't really want to get rid of anything. So that's kind of why I'm using a flash grenade for the chainsaw lady instead of the blast arrow. But I'm going to look at that a little bit going forward. I don't think I'm going to do it just because I don't have room in my case. And I don't want to shuffle around a bunch of stuff, so. Most important thing about this first guy is I don't like to shoot him a bunch of times. You know, I just like to shoot him enough to stun him because I don't want him to turn into a Plagas. Same with this guy. I want to be right on top of them if they do turn into a Plagas, because you don't want to. It's not a huge deal, but it's just a waste of time and ammo if you got to fight a Plagas right there. There, she's a Plagas, so I was ready for her. But get your flashbang ready. This has 100% success rate. Super safe, super easy. No save needed before this. It's that easy. Again, you can do it without the flash grenade, but there is a little bit of RNG that she will hit you when she comes through the door. And if there ever is a patch for this game coming up soon, there's a high possibility that they will patch the chainsaw enemies right there because they need a patch. They're too easy to get around. Alright, so this next part can be a little bit of a challenge the way that I do it. It's a lot more fun the way I do it, but it's not exactly the safest way to do it. And I've been kind of looking into doing maybe a thing or two different for this part. I'll kind of go over what I mean here in a second. So I like to fight my way through this part. I know you can go through and you can backstab everybody. And I've thought about that. But I really like fighting everybody right here. I think it's fun. And I love mixing it up right here. So I try to get rid of this guy. When I got the Punisher, it's very easy. Love the Punisher. Love that. This is a little bit risky just with people throwing, you know, axes at you, and Santa Claus with this little sniper rifle. I don't know if I took him out yet or not. I think I did, but Santa Claus with his little sniper rifle loves to, you know, pop you when you're fighting other people. I think there was a bear trap over there that I was gonna shoot. And, you know, I've been getting a lot of comments and stuff from people who are just super excited about, you know, using different weapon combinations and stuff. And I've just been having a good time talking to people about that. It's so cool to see what works for some people and what doesn't work for others. You know, it's just crazy. And what it comes down to is just all of us being different gamers, you know, and it's just, it's shocking to see what some people, you know, can really do a lot of damage with, what loadouts they can do damage with that I couldn't get to work for shit for myself. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. And that's one of the cool things about having this channel that I was looking forward to the most, is I wanted to talk to, you know, folks about boss fights, about loadouts, specifically loadouts and strategies. I think those were the things that I wanted to discuss the most. And I've gotten just tons of comments about loadouts and strategies, and you know, people that maybe like the way I do something, or maybe somebody offers a little bit of an easier way to do something, which, you know, is amazing. I literally take notes on everything that people say, and I do test these things out, try to see if I can make them work, try to see if I can get it done with the way that they suggested, and sometimes it's much easier. Because there, you know, there's a lot of people, a lot of brain power doing a lot of different things. So, all right, so we're getting the rifle ready for El Gigante. And I think what I'd like to hear is, if anybody kind of watches these videos all the way through, let me know if you watch the whole thing in the comments. That would be so cool, because that's like a major commitment. You know, and if you notice that I miss a box or something, I pretty much try to get every box that I can. And if I don't get a certain box, I'll usually explain why. Maybe I'm too full, or I'm just in a position where I don't need anything, which is a great position to be in when you're playing Resident Evil separate ways. If you're in a position where you don't need anything, you're kicking ass. You are absolutely you have stumbled upon a loadout that works well for you. You have got good strategies, and if you're overwhelmed with resources and everything, then you're just pretty much, you know, the 10% of people that play this game, because a lot of times you're struggling for resources, you know, and a lot of times you're struggling for ammo. This game, I've said this a million times, this game is so much fun when you're not struggling for resources and you've got everything you need to get into gunfights. It's when you're worried about taking on a fight because you don't have the resources, you know, that's a bad place to be. That happened to me a lot in Leon's run. When I first began trying to do professional runs, I struggled with the saves and with the resources. I was always low, and there's nothing worse than having to go back one or two saves to try to, you know, put yourself in a better position to do the fight. I think that for all of us who, you know, all of us where our time is money, it's a difficult thing to have to do, to go back a couple saves. So all right, gonna clear these guys out as usual. We're getting everything, but nobody's really pointed out any boxes that I've missed so far. You know, let me know in the comments if you see anything, you know, especially let me know if any of my guides helped you with the S+. That's the main goal of this channel. That is the main goal of kind of why I started doing this. Please let me know. That would just make my day. It would make my week if I knew that I helped just anybody to get S+, because it's a serious challenge, and you know, I would love to be part of something positive, of somebody accomplishing something that they were struggling with a little bit. Wow, that guy really flew. I bet you I can get a pickup off of him. You can never get a pickup off that guy, ever. I think I just might have for the first time. Wait, yeah, I did. Nice. I'm going to take that 300 pesetas and I'm going to use it for something. But please, let me know these few things. If I helped you get S+, if you watched the video all the way through, or if I missed a pickup somewhere. I think actually in this run, I did find a pickup that I've never gotten in my life. And it really weirded me out. It actually scared me. It scared me that there was a pickup in the waterway by where the fish is. I found a pickup that I've never gotten. I've never seen. I don't think I've ever seen anybody else pick it up in a run that they did. I could be mistaken. I could have, but when I was looking at the, at this pickup, I was like, wow, because it tripped me out. For a moment there, I thought I was like in Bizarro World, and I kept looking around like I was on a dance floor looking for my dance partner. I was looking left and looking right, looking back, looking for that special someone to dance with, and there was nobody there. There was no one. So you're going to see something funny, and I'll explain to you. That's why I like doing commentary and voiceover videos, because sometimes you watch a video, you're like, why did they just do that? What the hell just happened? And you would never, ever know. You would never know what was behind it, why that happened, but I'm going to explain to you why it happened, and you'll laugh. You'll see. It's pretty funny. All right, so let's get ready for the giant. I got my TMP out. I typically like to unload a whole clip into him just to get him warmed up. There you go. He's getting all frothy. He's getting all greasy. He's getting all grabby more than anything else. So thank God that doesn't cause any damage. But bro, you need to not get so grabby. You can grab Leon all you want, but you can't be grabbing Ada. Ada's got rules. And those rules apply to you and your big head. And especially to your little thingy that pops out too. Alright, so we got the first done. Scoot over a little bit. There you go. Alright, I'm glad I got the knife attack. He was in kind of a weird spot right there. Usually he's not that far away. Alright, try to get out of there before getting bopped upside the head. Give him a nade. Blast arrow does nice. It stuns him for a second. You can usually get 2 shots in on him. Keep working him down. Switch houses so I can get reloaded. I think I want the blast arrow more than anything. Yep. I really love using the blast arrows on him right now. Does a good job of just getting him settled down. You know, like the Taylor Swift song, he needs to calm down. He's way too hyped up. I mean, this guy is just hype. Oh, and I did not. You know, that brings up something. I think there is something with the AI for El Gigante that if your ammo is at 0, you know, like if you have 1 ammo in the chamber, you can't knock him down. There's a barrier that prevents you from knocking him down. Like if you have 0 ammo in the chamber, then he just goes down. It's like there's something that says if you have 1 ammo in the chamber, don't go down. If you have 0 ammo in the chamber, go down. Because he's always going down when I'm empty on my rifle. Even when I try to pay attention to not let that happen. I don't know. I think the giant is just trolling me right there.
Laboratory downstairs. My stuff should be there.
Along with the suppressant?
All right, we're going to do something different going down the stairs to the fire.
What would I do without
than we normally do. We're using the blast arrows much more often than we used to before. It's definitely not the safest way to go, and I don't recommend it for people that are doing no damage.
Guess we'll find out.
But it does work, and it works well for me. So I kind of continue to do it. I just try to get around the outside. I don't mess with that box at all. That box will get you killed. And then I just try to take everyone out right there. But there's usually one right there, yeah. And if it looks like I can get by them, then I just do. And as you can see, it worked out really well for me. That was one of the better ways that it's worked out for me. Normally I've had to fight my way through that part a little bit. And doing no damage runs, usually you don't want to do stuff like that. They're pretty high risk plays that, you know, I'm running more and more now that I've done so many no damage runs. What you're probably seeing now for people who've watched several of my videos is I'm taking a lot more chances than I used to in the past. My first no damage run was very passive. And as each no damage run has gone on and on, I've become more and more aggressive, which is great. That's playing more to my strengths, playing more to my way of playing. I played a lot of Destiny PvP, and I was never a passive player with the sniper rifle. I was more of a aggressive player with the shotgun. So being passive is not really my style. I will if I have to, and I do enjoy playing that type of game sometimes. But I pretty much get back to aggressive. You know, I love to mix it up. And again, it just comes down to my attention span, my ADD. I like action. I mean, that's what it comes down to. You know, do you like action or do you like not as much action? If you don't like as much action, then you're going to play passive. And I don't want to say scared, but my first no damage run was probably scary. You know, it was playing mostly from a scared point of view. These ones are now coming from more of a aggressive way of playing, so it's kind of cool how that came about. I don't know any reason why I would ever do a run where I take damage. I'm not sure that I would do that anymore. I don't know why I would. I guess if I do run Resident Evil Village, I probably won't post my first video until I can do, you know, no damage. And that could take me a little bit of time to do that. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so here we are at the merchant. Thank you for sticking with me. If you made it this far, we are now going to get the Red9. And this is the moment we've all been waiting for. This is what the video is about. This is the title on the video. This is what we're here for. It's time for the Red9.
You have a ticket. Nice. Choose a weapon, stranger, and I'll make it see.
TMP's looking pretty good. So here we go. Gonna buy the stock. Why wouldn't you? And then I actually kind of screwed up a little bit. I didn't have enough for the flash grenade, so I had to go for the yellow diamond. Because you can't leave here without that flash grenade. That's the most important thing in the game, probably, you know, is being able to make flash grenades for the night room.
Come back anytime.
All right, here we go. And I gotta say that I have very little experience with the Red9. I've never used it as a primary. I've never tried to do anything challenging with the Red9. When I use it in the handgun only run, it was just used as a sniper rifle, so I hardly ever used it. But now I'm gonna try to use it. And again, it's more of a challenge on console because it's hard to hit your shots. All right, get this quick puzzle done. And the first thing we'll notice is that the Red9 with the stock definitely makes it easy to hit treasures and stuff above you. I mean, that's
First ingredient should be in this room.
has very little impact on the rest of the game, but I mean, that's pretty nice. It's pretty pinpoint accurate. And it's pretty accurate for these shields. And it's very accurate in the drill room.
That must be the ink. See you around, Leon.
And kind of in a lot of these newer videos that I've done, these no damage videos and stuff, I've pretty much not taken a lot of time to explain sort of, you know, the mundane in and outs of Resident Evil, you know, because I don't think probably too many newbies are watching too much no damage games. They might be watching it just for the entertainment value, but I'm pretty sure that, you know, most people that are maybe trying to get no damage for the first time, yeah, they could probably find something helpful, but I don't really go into detail about, you know, sort of the little things that I do that, you know, little strategies that only a newbie would probably be interested in. But I don't know, there's probably some newbies watching this. That'd be great if there were. If there are newbies watching this, I have plenty and plenty of videos everywhere about how to get these things done, explaining in serious detail strategies that are safe, that are very easy to pull off, easy ways to get S+. I've got so many videos on that. So please, if you haven't been to my channel before, take a look around. A lot of my games are funny. I try to keep things upbeat and lively and positive, and you know, looking forward to hearing comments, maybe things I can do better, because I'm always learning. And so right here's something that's, you know, just things to do to make it easier. So clear this stuff out right here before going and saving. It's just these little things that save you time if you have to redo this part. It's so nice to just run, make sure all your weapons are loaded, make sure everything's in good shape, because when you run through, you may have to do this part a few times. This part is no joke. This part is not messing around. These knights are ready for a bit of the old in out. if you know what I mean. And if you know what movie that's from, that would shock me if you knew what that movie was from. So if you do know, let me know in the comments. That would really make me laugh if you know. No time for the old in-out love. I've got parking meters to read. That's what the whole saying is. All right, so no, this is not the time and the place for the Red9. It's very underleveled, it's very underwhelming, and pretty much a piece of shit right now. We need to use the TMP to get through this part. The TMP is the best weapon for this part, in my opinion, by far. And it gets it done. And I believe this was my first run through on this. I think it was like 5:30 in the morning. It was like seriously early in the morning. I was just waking up out of bed. And, you know, I was surprised to get this done on my first try, being half asleep. And this will get you going at 5:30 in the morning. Doing this at 5:30 a.m., yes, that'll get you going. And I wanted to kick that guy, but I couldn't. So I really wanted to have another one of them down. I just flashed because I wanted to make sure that only one of them came in on me. And then that way I could focus. I didn't want to craft another flash. I just wanted to take this guy out with the TMP. And thankfully, I was able to do that. That guy came in a little too quick. Freaked me out. But I'm glad that I was able to get by him because I didn't want to waste another flash grenade. So it's just me versus him. And I'm so glad that he went down. So glad I got that part done first try. Super early in the morning. When my brain probably wasn't operating correctly. All right, so I'm telling myself right now, good morning. Good job. First try. And we need 18 spindles, which I found. I think I found a couple along the way that were just random drops, so I'm not really too worried about it. Plus, I didn't buy any gunpowder early, so we should be in plenty of good shape. We need 25. And I think I just checked there. I didn't see. I'm pretty sure I've got enough. If I didn't have enough, I would be heading upstairs because I'd have to take those guys out upstairs. But I don't. So great. We're going to save a couple minutes. Save a lot of ammo. And let's go see the merchant.
All right. One ingredient left.
Ooh, you have the stench of battle on you.
All throughout the game, keep crafting blast arrows. For people not using the crossbow very much, you're doing it wrong. You need to get the crossbow involved. Man, that thing is amazing. It sucks to use when you got to reload it. Yeah, and it sucks to use when you're trying to change weapons. Yeah, all those things suck, but it makes up for it in other ways. All right, so we did not save yet. We're going to do a little bit of housekeeping first. We're going to clear everything out. I don't know why it wasn't picking these up for me. I ran over them like twice. So we're just doing some housekeeping right here. Again, I did not save. I'm waiting. All of these things that I do save me time, just like the night room. You want to clear all this stuff out, get everything done, and then save. That way you're working smarter, not harder. You're not having to keep redoing these parts because believe me, that gets annoying. So get your grenade out. Get these. So this is where the Red9 actually does come in nice. So get a grenade ready. Get these guys out of here. Get out the Red9. Very nice. And the thing does hit hard once you get it upgraded, but just it's so weak right now. This was probably asking a little bit much. But I wanted to try. All right, so at this point, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to get the upgrade ticket pretty much right here. It doesn't really do all that much for the Red9 to get the upgrade ticket this early. It helps a little bit more for the sniper rifle and the TMP because then you can use those upgraded weapons against Gloria. I'm not using the Red9 against Gloria, so I'm just doing this just to kind of show a different way of doing it. Where you can get the upgrade ticket immediately. So I've got 19 spindles. I need 25. And once we get the medallions done, no problem. We're already there. So as you'll see, we're going to do that early and get that done early because when I do my TMP run, this is going to be very valuable. It's going to be money in the bank. Like I said, it doesn't help out the Red9 very much. Doesn't really do shit for it right here. But the TMP is going to be a beast when I do my TMP run. So get everything loaded. Get everything ready to go. We've got 9 blast arrows.
Stocking up while you can. Pleasant
And right here, I'm kind of going, oh shit. Damn. I'm looking at this and I'm like, wow, I've got no submachine gun ammo. I've only got 16 rounds, and that kind of gave me an oh crap moment. So now I'm having to think of how I'm going to do this, because that's not enough ammo to bring down Gloria. So we're going to have to do a few things special here. But first, we're going to get the blue medallions done. Crossbow, very nice. There you go. Crossbow. Excellent. So now I'm going to have to do some crafting on the fly, and I'm a little nervous about it. So I got to get this gunpowder right here for sure. Get that out. And then I don't even care if I hit him with my sniper rifle right here. I've got to craft. And then I have to reload, so that's another problem. So I want to hit him with the sniper. My shot's a little bit off because I'm really worried about other things. So get the knife into him, get the flash out. Now we got to do some crafting. And then we got to get the reload. Thank God everybody's stunned. And then give Gloria the business. And then get out of there. So that was pretty nice. I was having to adjust to a situation that I didn't want to adjust to. I was having to do something a little bit different than I wanted to do. But that's the game of Resident Evil. And honestly, that's life. That guy forgot to pay his power bill, so they turned his lights out. I think there's a couple jokers that are still straggling around. So, you know, this is where it's nice to have headphones on. Yeah, so this guy gave up his position. He shouldn't have said muerte. He shouldn't have said shit. He would have been better off if he would just snuck up. And as you're seeing right now, the Red9 is just not very powerful. So I'm kind of kicking it to the curb right now, just making sure that I don't have to do that part again. I don't want to craft in mid-fight with Gloria A Las Plagas. So kind of punted on using the Red9 there, so... Doesn't matter which way you clear this maze out for any newbies that are watching. It doesn't matter. In the overall scheme of things, the time that it takes you to do this, it's pretty inconsequential. Just make sure you don't miss anything. That's all I would say about this part. You need everything. Yeah, you already got that gunpowder.
Finally. Glad that's over.
And you'll notice we don't have to do the blue medallions. We've already done them. Again, not very beneficial for this run because the Red9 is pretty much a piece of shit right now. And it's not really going to help us out. It will be useful if you can do that strategy with the sniper rifle, if you're focusing sniper rifle. If you're focusing TMP, it's going to be the most valuable thing ever because the TMP is going to take Gloria down in about 2 seconds with the upgrade ticket because it's going to be too OP. And the next run I'm going to be doing is going to be on the TMP. I know I've said that a couple times, but it's coming. The TMP is going to be the next one because I'm going to basically get rid of the handgun right at the start of the game, and we're going to just focus the TMP. I'm also going to do the Chicago Sweeper as well. So those are the couple of the videos that are on the way. All right, so we got everything cleared out. We've got enough spinels to get the upgrade ticket. We did not run back to the merchant to do that yet. It doesn't matter. We don't need the Red9 right now. Although I am trying to use it everywhere I can because this is, after all, the title of the video. Red9. And I promise you, I am going to use it in some pivotal moments. Don't you worry. It was hard to use it in a ton of pivotal moments because, you know, the guns, you know, got a little bit of issues. It's got some things it does well, and it's got some things that it does not do well, like I said in the intro. be careful with this guy. He's been turning around a lot sooner, and I can't get the backstab on him, even if I sneak up on him. So if you're doing no damage runs, just, you know, be careful of that guy. He's got some weird RNG. This guy as well, he shows up in a couple of different spots. Man, he was tanky. That guy was seriously tanky. Again, Red9 is probably not all that tough, but I'm just testing it out, trying to use it everywhere I can. If I was doing a serious run, I would have just sniped him while he was on the ground, or just sniped him, period, and just got rid of him. But no, we're doing this video for science, because the science never lies. The science is always right. Sorry. Oh, sorry, I had to get that in.
I should check below.
All right, so we're moving on to the next chapter. And it's been a little while since we've saved. So right about now in my no damage runs, I am just trying to be a little bit cautious, a little bit careful. Don't want to do anything dumb. Do all your dumb shit after you save. But before your next save, when it's, you know, still a little ways away, you got to keep your head in the game. Got to be careful.
Louis has the embers. I need to reach him.
All right, don't forget everything up on the roof. And we're going to snipe a little bit with the Red9. But before we do that, it's time for a little bit of housekeeping. We want to get all these pickups.
Must have gone this way.
So we're going to head down, get all this stuff cleared out first. And thank you so very much for joining me today. Again, my name is Joey. Very excited to have you along for this Resident Evil ride. If you can like and subscribe, that'd be great. My first major goal, I've set probably 3 or 4 major goals in my life, and we're talking lifetime goals. These were like serious goals, like major goals in my life. I've set probably 3 or 4 of them that some people in this lifetime will never accomplish. Many people are probably trying to do the same thing, but for whatever reason, we're not able to accomplish it. Both of my parents never accomplished some of these goals that I worked on, that I accomplished, probably 5 years ago. And, these are, not easy things that, I'm very proud of, that I was able to get done. And maybe somewhere along the line, I'll share those. I'll share those because they really are things that I'm proud of. But I'm not ready to do that just yet. But one thing that I am really hoping to do is I want to reach 1,000 subscribers, and I want to, meet the goals that YouTube has. The 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 watch time hours. I really want to get those done. And if you could just help me by liking and subscribing, that would be amazing. I would just love to get that goal accomplished. I really would. It would really, really make my day. And I try to keep everything positive on this channel, and I try to keep everything upbeat and lively. And I put time in these videos, and I thank you for watching them. I really do. And I hope you'll stick with me. And I'll keep trying to put out really good content. And, these videos are just, I can't tell you enough, they're just not an afterthought. There's, time and effort put into these just to say thank you to everyone that gave me a chance and watched this. I just am so appreciative. I take nothing for granted. I definitely don't ever want to get into it with people on this channel. That's not what it's about. I want to be positive, and that would be one of the most positive things ever if I could meet my subscriber goal of 1,000 people. And this game is the perfect game to do it with, because all the conversations I've had with people have been so fun. The subscribers that have come aboard, you know, you can definitely know that you have my appreciation, and I will never take that for granted. I won't try to take shortcuts. I won't try to put out, you know, shit. I won't try to do any of that. I will try to keep it good. So thank you. And if you know someone who would like one of these videos, you know, share it. And I think I tried to use the Red9 on this Joker right here. Oh, first, yeah, the crossbow is amazing. Love it for that right there. That's the crossbow in a nutshell. Don't even try to take this guy down with the Red9. He is way too tanky, and you'll be there all day. As you can see, he tanked one right to his head. I mean, he really tanked it. And right now, I'm not even sure if I got him down. Okay, now I'm sure. I miss the days of having small keys. But now that I do the upgrade ticket, I can't afford them. I got to get that upgrade ticket. I don't spend any spinels until then.
That should take care of the water.
Especially the upgrade ticket for the sniper rifle, man. That was a fun run. That was no joke. The sniper rifle wrecked everything in sight. Yeah, don't play around with this guy. He is dangerous. And those stupid bars. That was actually kind of dangerous. I didn't feel like he had me in his sights, though. But I wouldn't recommend doing what I just did. Just get behind the pillar right there. And don't take these bugs out with the Red9 either, because it just tickles them. And then they come after you, and then you got to fight them, and it's best just to use a sniper rifle. So some of these things that I tested out did not work out well for the Red9 at this point. Again, it's just stock right out the box, so you can't really expect anything from the Red9. Although, thank God, it does have enough power to take down the snakes. And yes, that's a joke. And right here, I'm just doing some housekeeping. Wanted to try it out on the bugs. And then realized that's probably just tickling them. And coming up here is the spot where I got freaked out. This, I've never seen this box right here. I've never picked it up. And it's right there. And I thought for a second that I was somewhere else. And then I got turned around and I was like, wait, did I come in the right spot? Where the hell am I? I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I was looking around. So if you didn't have any context, you would be wondering what the hell I was doing if you were just watching this video with no commentary. You know, like, what did I just have a moment? No, I didn't. I just didn't know where I was because that box has never been there. I've never found that box in the past, so that was all. All right, we're trying out the Red9 again. That's pretty meh. But yeah, it works on the snakes. All right, so clear this place as usual. Get this bug out of there. And this is the whole reason we're here, is for this gem. Got to get ready for the elegant crown. And we're coming up on our next save, so that was a long one. All right, so get all your gems in. Getting ready for a payday here. There's a cool 100G. And this is very nice as well.
I see.
Take a little bit of rifle ammo.
You took care of a request.
All right, so here's where we're going to set ourselves up for pretty much the end game right now. So, yep, we're going to use the upgrade ticket.
Which weapon will you be giving a shine to? Give us a shout when you want to tune it up.
Get everything sold. This is going to be a nice payday right here.
It makes no difference. The price, well, that's our choice to make.
And looks like we're about ready to ditch the TMP. I don't want to. I'm like, ditch the sniper rifle.
I'll buy it at a high price. You'll get
397K. That's very nice.
all yours, stranger.
We're going to do a little shopping.
Where you gonna put this?
It's going to be the Stingray from here on out.
Stranger,
Right now, the Stranger is offering free overnight shipping.
to be over prepared.
So let's get it in. Yeah, new case. Give it to me. Why not? Yeah,
Yours, stranger.
that was only 10% of our overall amount, so yes. All right, let's do some tuning up. Yeah, the Red9's ready.
To get an idea of your tastes, friend. Try that on for size. There you are, as you wished. We're starting to get an idea.
All right, want to make sure I don't forget about the Stingray, though. We are going to need that.
We're starting to get an idea of your tastes, friend. Dazzled, are you? Our crop.
Well, there went our money pretty quick. But we got the upgrade ticket on the Red9, so we're doing pretty good.
This in stock, stranger.
All right, we blew all of our money. Hopefully we get frequent flyer miles for all that. Jesus,
My back is
that was some cash.
years have. You can't go wrong with that. Not bad. Well, I can certainly do something with this.
Now I'm pretty much looking under the couch cushions for extra money. It's pretty sad when you're looking under the couch cushions.
Good luck to you, stranger. Will that be? Hope to see you.
All right, we're going to get everything set up, get all of our shortcuts in order, get all of our parts in order,
Again, welcome.
and we still got to sell the TMP. So I knew we had a little bit more money, and it's all going into the Red9 as far as I'm concerned.
You have a ticket, dude. We're starting to get an idea of your tastes, friend. Try that on for size. We're starting to get an idea of your.
All right, I think that's as good as it's going to get. All right, let's get ready for the Dos Garridoros.
Thank you.
And just one more final thought on creating video game videos. You know, it's a, one thing to put a video together and just get the gameplay together and upload it to YouTube. And, that's fine. There's a lot of people that do that, especially for Resident Evil. But, be sure to give an extra thumbs up to all the people out there who do the voiceover afterwards, who take the time, to go through and explain every little detail and to kind of add some humor and add some fun. Talking for 2.5 hours plus is not easy to do after you've already done a video and everything. So, you know, reward the people that have. There's nothing wrong with the guys that do just the gameplay videos. I mean, I don't know if I'll eventually do that, because I just don't think that, you know, too many people would probably watch just gameplay videos from small YouTube creators. I think they want a little bit something more, you know, whether it be, you know, humor or just, you know, kind of creating a community atmosphere or something, which is what I hope to do. You know, there's a lot of people in this big wide world, you know, and a lot of people who make video game videos. And so it's, you know, everybody has access to everything all the time. So it's nice when people add that little bit extra, take the extra few hours, sometimes more, to put together a good commentary. So, you know, definitely help out with the thumbs up or a like. You know, we definitely appreciate it. And we want those creators to keep creating these videos with commentary, because they're, in my opinion, they're way more educational than just showing gameplay footage. In the future, I may do just gameplay footage. I just did it, actually, now that I think about it. I did the all cutscenes version, and it's actually the most popular video on my channel, so I don't know what to say about that. I would hope that the video with me doing the voiceover would probably be more popular. That would definitely make me happier, because, you know, I spend the extra time and I feel like it's going the extra mile to put out a video. So thank you for hearing me out on that. All right, so let's see how the Red9 does against the Garridoros. I'll be doing a mix. Super hard to hit. There we go. This guy was way too far away, and I just wanted to get rid of him. Oh, he did not go down. I thought he was dead. He's not going to survive this. Later, homie. And the Red9, it's getting work in now. So a little bit of a combination between the sniper and the Red9. Definitely wanted to use it a little bit. In that particular instance, it would have been better just to use the sniper all the way around the entire time, but that's not what this video is about, so... Next, we're going to see how it does against U3. This ought to be interesting. And again, I just said it a second ago, but I'll say it again now. I mean, there are definitely better guns to use against U3. But, I mean, let's try to show the Red9. Let's see what it can do. The painful thing about U3 is that if you do beat him in the first round and he dings you up in the second round, then, you know, it's all the way back to the start. So, two-part boss fight's kind of a pain in the ass, but we'll get through it. And we'll get through it without getting hit. This is a no damage run after all.
I knew you were a go-getter.
I am a go-getter. Thank you for noticing. Let's get everything sold that we can. Start building our money back up.
A deal well.
Might be nice to put a little bit in the sniper. Let's see if I do that.
That cash in your pocket or your life. Easy choice.
I'm sticking with the Red9 a little bit.
Stranger. Little
That rate of fire is pretty low.
you'll see. We're starting to get an idea of your tastes, friend. This kind of work is about finesse, stranger. Little bit goes along. Better to be over prepared.
All right, we're broke.
Payment in
It looks like Stranger gave us a few extra spinels, so let's go broke with those too. Yeah, gunpowder is always a good idea. And a small key. It's a good idea.
A wise choice. I know. Must thank you.
Thank you.
I'll keep a lookout for items then.
Alright, so here we go. This ought to be comedy gold. Red9 versus U3. A little bit more ammo just in case, because we're going to get it in. It's very important to notice his stun stages, and with the Red9 you can really see him. You can really see him clearly, so I'll show you those. Alright, first thing I try to do is just back him up a little bit. You got to keep some distance between him and you, and that's the crossbow is a great way to do that. So just keep going for the head. He does a tiny little flinch, and then he does a big flinch, so it's important to watch out for those. That's the big flinch. I didn't see the tiny flinch, but I'll get some space between us. Yeah, give him a couple grenades. And then tap him a couple times with the sniper rifle. That's the small flinch right there. And that's the big flinch. And then just back him up a little bit more. Missed that one, that sucked. Alright, that's fine. Just do a quick dodge and then switch to the other side. So just keep map rotating. And then watch for the flinches again. There's the little one. And didn't get to the big one. We finished him off. So, wow. Red9 took down U3. Along with a little bit of help from the sniper, to be fair. But a lot of that was the Red9. And you could tell because it was the small flinches and the big flinches that we were doing massive damage to him with the Red9. So what I learned in this next section is that the Red9 does not do anything to this next boss. It just did not stun him. It didn't knock him down on the ground. When normally he would get knocked on the ground and roll over on his belly, he didn't do that anymore. He just barely just kind of backed up and shook it off and then came right back at me. So the Red9 was pretty much worthless during this guy. And I just wanted to get through it. So we're going to use the sniper. The sniper is not leveled up all the way. So that was what was happening when it was getting knocked back instead of rolling over. So it even happened with the sniper rifle. But this boss was doing that a lot to me. It was not rolling over at all. So get a quick reload. There's the little stun that it does.
You're not getting away.
Give it a nade. Not quite enough damage. It was because we didn't get it to roll over the first time that we're having to deal with this right now. So we're gonna get the bugs, but it's important just to keep your distance. There we go. So a little bit of an extra step we had to do there. I'm not sure why, but... Alright, so that was a big challenge down. So if you're able to take that thing down with the Red9, you should pat yourself on the back right there. Because that's not easy to take out part 1 with the Red9. And like I said, while I was testing that, you just could not get it to roll over on its belly with the Red9. It just would not do it. No matter how many times you hit it, it would just fall back and laugh it off. Alright, so we're getting ready for the piston section. And I really thought the Red9 did a good job in this next part. And it worked pretty well in using it in a way that is probably not intended to be used. So right here, it's awesome. Works very nice. But you can get that done with any weapon, really. You can get that done with the TMP.
How do you get over those things?
But we'll keep using Red9 here. A little bit of a slower game. Trying to line up all those headshots on the console is just not easy. Don't fall asleep on this guy. He can cause some chaos. Not today, though. And I'm just going to open these boxes right here. Because when I run through this part, I don't want to mess around. I'm not going to be breaking boxes, that's for sure. Alright, and we're super excited. We're getting to our next save, so that means we can lock in all the U3 fight. We won't have to repeat it, which is great, because, man, doing that part no damage with the Red9, I should get a thumbs up just for that.
Give that the care it deserves, mate. Now, welcome, stranger. Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger. You have a ticket to try that on for size.
So we got about 18,000. See what we want to spend it on.
My wares are in tip-top combat.
And the TMP's been gone. So I didn't know how it was going to work out doing this run without the TMP, because I've really grown to really count on it in a lot of pivotal moments. So to go without it was, you know, taking off the training wheels, and it was a big deal, you know, so I definitely wanted to bring that up. Doing any kind of no damage run without a TMP is not usually a wise idea. Doing a no damage run without the TMP with the Red9 is generally not what you want to do. But we're doing it. We're doing it for science. I'm doing it for you guys, man. And trust me, there was some serious cussing in this run. The sniper rifle, there was 0 cussing in that no damage run. But in this run, yeah, there was some frustration. No doubt about it. And break out the crossbow. I love the crossbow for this reason. Yes. It didn't kill him, but sometimes it does. We'll get that flash grenade later. That was close. Alright, and in this run we're doing all the merchant requests. So it's not an easy thing to do when you're doing no damage. It's nice to be able to skip a few, but we're not skipping any. We're doing them all. I just like what it adds to the video. It just adds one more thing that could help somebody out. A lot of people research video games before they buy them. You know, they'll watch all kinds of challenges, and, you know, they'll watch runs, no damage runs, complete runs, no save runs, you know, watch all that before they buy a game. So hopefully along the way somebody will check this out. And I hope that after somebody watches this, they'll buy Separate Ways, because Separate Ways is a great DLC. I've said it a million times. Probably the best $10 I've ever spent in a video game environment. Capcom really deserves a lot of high fives for putting this out, because they could have been greedy. They could have been really greedy and really nasty about this, because they knew they had, here's the Red9, they knew they had a good game with Separate Ways, and they knew that all of us were going to pay for it. And they didn't stick it to us, man. They didn't. You gotta give it up for them. Come on, man. Give it up. That's pretty... I mean, this is not a small thing in this day and age where greed rules everything. So, all right, here we go. Red9 versus these guys coming up here. Red9 versus this whole section, actually. Look at the range, man. Look at that range. You want to step up, buddy? Step up. Yeah. Look at that range, man. Come on, you gotta love this. These are handgun ammo bullets. These are not sniper rounds. You don't ever want to waste sniper rounds, man. Every sniper round is valuable as F. So if the Red9 can do that, and look at the crossbow right here, completely destroyed that guy. I mean, that's like... Why would you ever get the Ada charm? I mean, give me one reason why you would ever need it. I cannot vote against that charm enough. Ever. Do not ever get it for any reason. And the Red9, I give it a solid B during this section. I give the crossbow an A. Oh yeah. That guy's got a lot of hit points right there, man. He's got some serious HP. But yeah, definite, you know, good section for the Red9 right there. I like the crossbow right here as well. I could have used the Red9. And looking back, I probably should have. But these guys are nobody to be messed with, especially doing a no damage run. Don't sleep on any of these three people in here. I think that was just my muscle memory right there. And I think now it just occurred to me. I was like, oh, I'll just use the Red9. I was just so used to using the crossbow during that part. And honestly, it's just the way to go. And then I wanted to see how it would work on a Plaga. And that's totally solid. I think it's maybe one block away from being fully upgraded, or it's fully upgraded, I forget. But the Red9 is about as good as it's going to get. I wish I could have used it against the regenerators, but you know, it's just, you can't mess around with those guys. And we're doing all the merchant requests, so I just use the sniper rifle with the bioscope. I know that if you shoot the regenerators enough times, you can see the Plagas in them, but I mean, I'm not wanting to do that on this run. And kind of at this point, I'm starting to begin to see the finish line, which is great, because this run was a challenge. All in all, it was, you know, a very, very difficult challenge to do. You know, no damage with the Red9 is your primary weapon. It probably wouldn't have been so bad if I could have took damage. I could have got this video out a lot faster with less cussing if I wasn't trying to do no damage, you know, because if you get smacked around a little bit, who cares? This game gives you so many heals. So I'm just trolling these guys. I'm not even sure why I picked a fight with them. I mean, I think I was just kind of getting a little bit, you know, wanting to mix it up. I was looking for a fight. And gives us a good chance to use the Red9 on at least one of them, because those guys got some HP. And hey, that guy gave me a ruby. That's actually pretty significant. That's very nice. Good RNG right there. So yeah, it would have been a lot easier to do this run if I was allowing myself to take a little bit of damage, and you know, definitely could have gotten it out a lot faster. But no, I didn't cut any corners. I didn't, you know, try to make anything faster. It is what it is. The video takes as long as it takes to make it, you know, where it's going to be for the level that I want it to be at. And sometimes I make videos for a weapon or whatever, and then just decide kind of at the last minute, well, you know, maybe I'll wait a little bit longer and see what I come up with. Maybe, you know, to add to the video where I feel like it can wait a little bit. But I felt pretty strongly about doing the Red9. Look at this sniping power. Look at this. Nice. But he just fell off. He actually did not die. We'll be seeing him in a minute. At least with the sniper rifle, you know, he's dead. You probably could hit him with the Punisher as well, but I think you would just knock him off. I don't think you would kill him. I think the sniper is the only thing that'll kill him. And you'll never hit him with the crossbow. That if you fire the crossbow, man, it's RNG where that arrow goes. It'll go anywhere but where you aimed it, by the way. So doing anything with range with the crossbow, I would not recommend. But I wanted to try out the Red9 on that guy. And I was smart not to shoot the guy that came out the open door, because he's just a plaga. We don't want to see that later. And I can't state enough that when you can use the, you know, Red9 instead of a sniper rifle, saving that sniper round is huge. Sniper ammo is, you know, is no joke. You need to have a lot of it in this game.
I'll pay a pretty penny for that. A deal well struck.
So we're building up our money again. About 86,000. And now we're just getting treasures. I think there's only one small key drawer left, and I think I have a key for it.
Stocking up while you can. Wise choice.
Yeah, give me the heavy grenade. Why not?
Remember that, mate.
Yep, finish that off.
That is a top-notch weapon. Dazzled, are you?
Time to get the sniper in good shape.
Demands no less.
And no TMP to worry about, so I don't have to worry about upgrading that.
Anything a pleasant travel.
Red9, Stingray, and crossbow. That's what we've been running with. Alright, so save your game. We're going to get our run on. Get the bioscope ready. This is a tough part of the game, man. Doing no damage. This part is no joke. It was the part I probably struggled with the most. This whole section up until the gondola part. You know, from here to the gondola part, this section was just a serious challenge. So if you're going for no damage, this part's going to really slow you down. I wish I could have just taken a little bit of damage and moved on. I could have got the video done with a lot less frustration, but that's not how I roll. We did it. We got it done. I don't recommend it for newbies. It's going to be something that's just going to piss you off. So a little bit out of range, but I was testing it for science. So lately I've really been, you know, beating up all these guys beforehand, killing all these enemies, and then running and looting this whole place later. But I didn't do it on this run just because I just don't feel as tough as I usually do. Red9 is just not going to be able to keep up. It's a lot of chaos fighting everybody here. There's so many plagas. so many, you know, enemies running around. It's like, you know, it's a mad scramble. So if I had the sniper rifle upgraded to the max, I would have definitely used that instead of the Red9 or the TMP. I could have done it. It wouldn't have been that hard to do it, but you know, I just didn't feel like it was really all that important in this run. So we'll get down here, and we're going to get to one of my favorite spots to use a heavy grenade. There's 3 guys camping out here on a cigarette break, and unfortunately, they're going to get one of those. It just completely just deletes them. Yeah, every once in a while, maybe one of them will show up, but the Red9 does a good job. It can definitely reach him all the way over there. He wants to come in, you know, and hang out a little bit, so... Alright, we're cool with it. And get this regenerator down. He's very easy. Surprised it gave me credit for that shot. I wasn't lined up right. That one was a little off too, but it gave it to me. Alright, so get the beetle. That's the most important thing. And if those boxes just contain money, I usually just leave them, but it looked like there was some ammo in there. And this next regenerator, we're just going to dodge him. He's not worth it. It's a waste of time. We got other regenerators to deal with pretty soon. Trust me. There's a couple things to loot in here, so make sure you don't miss them. And we're going to mix it up with this regenerator now. And get the other beetle. This is the next merchant request done. Alright, and here we come up to the toughest part of the game. The regenerator and the Iron Maiden. The Iron Maiden has a serious amount of RNG that, you know, that fight could go several different ways. Sometimes he, you know, pushes up on you really fast, and sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes you're able to stun him, sometimes you can't. And sometimes it's just hard to line up the shot from that far away. So as you can see on my run coming up here in a second, I remember it was just totally hard to hit the shots. I don't know why. It's just being on console is one of the problems, but also it's just hard to hit. And you'll see coming up. I kind of struggled a little bit with the Iron Maiden, but you'll see. Always be careful with this guy and his little Spidey friend. Red9 is handling him. And knocked the spider off its back. Oh, you want a little more? There you go. So that's pretty decent for the Red9. So the next thing I would say, if you're trying to run this no damage, don't clear out anything in here. Just run straight to the regenerator, because if you have to repeat this, and you might be repeating it a few times, don't loot anything until after you've already got this guy out of the way. All right, good job. Now go and loot everything. And it's just a matter of not doing things unneededly. You know, if you have to repeat this, you're going to have to loot all this shit. So take my advice. Just kill the regenerator first. All right. So here's the toughest part in the game for the no damage run. And I'm making sure I'm set up because you don't want to repeat this. Try to get it in the head. And he shoots needles. You got to try to get him in the head. And I'm just slightly off. It just... At this point, I'm just getting pissed. There we go. And those things are so... Those plagas are so hard to hit. And then I'm lucky I got him because he was storming me. And then finally it goes down. I mean, that thing is just a serious drag to fight. There is a way you can run him around one of the pillars as well, but that way is just like serious RNG as well. The best thing I've found is just to fight him straight up, just like I did right there. It's a pain in the ass, takes a lot of ammo, but you know, if you get good RNG and he doesn't storm you, if he jumps up on you and gets right up in your grill, then you're in trouble because he's never going to reset back to that hallway way back there. He's just going to reset to be in front of the dumpster that you were fighting him at, and really there's no great way to fight him being that close quarters. You want distance because if he shoots those needles or whatever, you need to be able to duck him or hide behind the wall. So I'm glad I got through that part. It's enough to wreck your day. Just a tough part. So, all right, enough of that. We're moving on. So the next section we're going to try out is the Red9 versus the gondola section. And pleasantly surprised, seriously, especially after using all of that rifle ammo in the last section. We got to start putting our rifle ammo back together. We're in bad shape right now. And I think we've only got 10. Not terrible, but, you know, could be better. We're not going to use any rifle ammo for this whole next part, I don't think. I could be wrong. It's been a few days, so... you know, forgive me if I misspoke on that. I don't think I did. I think I got through with the Red9 the entire time.
Exactly covert, but it'll have to do.
But I went into this section saying Red9 to start out with and Stingray if I need to. That was the mission. We'll see how I did. Yeah, that guy was giving me a problem. So I didn't want to get behind, so yeah, I used the Stingray. But other than that, we're Red9ing it.
Enjoy the ride.
We got a nice size clip, so tons of ammo in our clip. And that guy was starting to ADS me. He could have ended my run right there. And trust me, I do not want to do that frickin' Iron Maiden again. Just the thought of it right now makes me angry. It's making me angry inside. Just to even think about it. So, yeah. I mean, I should have been able to hit that guy way back there. But, yeah, I give it a B for that section. The one guy that I did use the sniper rifle on is the one guy that'll start you having a bad run through that. So I didn't want to take any chances. I just wanted to get rid of him. But my overall goal was done. I didn't want to waste a lot of sniper ammo right there. So before we see the merchant or anything, be sure to get all these stupid cutscenes and everything out of the way.
Well guarded.
Get all this stuff done, because, you know, if you have to repeat this part, which you might, you very well likely probably will if you're doing no damage. And clear out everything, so all you have to do is just make a run for it. I wanted to try to take the guy out with the Red9, but I decided against it. There was no way. All right, so we're going to get all set up for this next part. Looking pretty good. Yep, get our blast arrows going on. Got a couple heavy nades, which is nice. Oh, and yeah, we're going to be able to get a payday out of all this. Nice, we're able to do 3 reds. Usually I'm not able to do that. And 2 purples. Very, very good.
Welcome. Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger. I'll buy almost anything. Well,
Cool, so we got 145k right there, so that's pretty good.
crossing your T's,
Fix up the knife.
that's the way to be. Dazzle,
Give the stingray a little bit.
I'll cross
Always give the blast crossbow a little bit, for sure.
this.
Got to be able to reload that sucker in a hurry sometimes.
Can do for there you are.
Yep, that's going to help. Even add a little bit extra for the knife.
This kind of work is about finesse, stranger.
So yeah, right about now we're looking pretty amazing.
Long way.
We're in great shape.
This.
Even got a little bonus money from the Velvet Blues.
What can I do you?
It occurred to me that Velvet Blue is just the opposite of Blue Velvet, which was a pretty weird movie. Made me think of that. I wonder if there's any connection.
Now go and cause some mayhem, eh?
All right, so we're going to save our game before we use the blast arrows on the turrets because the RNG is really messed up with range on the blast arrows. They fly all over the place, rarely hitting what you're aiming at. So you kind of got to judge for that, but that time I got both of them at once, or both of them on the first try. So that's nice. But yeah, if you have to blow a bunch of arrows, you just go back and load your save. And there's just money on the right of me, but I don't even need any more money. I feel pretty good. All right, get out your grenade. You want to grenade this guy because you don't want a 2v1 at the laser wall. You just want a 1v1 with you and the guy with the bat. That's all you want to see. And that's all we get right here because we grenaded that guy. So this is what you want. Duck. Easy. That part ain't so easy when there's a 2v1. And I got to give it up to the speedrunners, man, because they have to deal with RNG right there. And it's a different scenario a lot of the time. You rarely ever get the same scenario. There's either 2 guys will jump up on you, or maybe the guy with the bat, you know, doesn't swing at you in the right spot and you got to dodge. So some of those speedrunners are just incredible how fast they can put together a different strategy like within a split second. And here you go. There's a Red9. Yep.
Task complete. Need to find the main terminal.
So it's a pretty fun gun. Not sure what I'm trying to do here. I just, when I see a typewriter, I'll usually stop and I'll craft just to, you know, make sure that I'm not counting against my overall time. I have a tendency to do some menuing and stuff when I'm being charged for the time, and that's just dumb when you're playing S Plus Professional. So very cool. Thank you again for hanging out with me. My name's Joey, and loving Resident Evil separate ways. Appreciate everybody that's been stopping by my channel and talking and hanging out. Last couple weeks have been so much fun. It's definitely picked up, man, in a big way. I'm super happy about that. It's like a lot of people are now sharing a lot of insight. They're also talking about funny stuff. Some people talking about music, and I'm just so fortunate because, like, you know, this channel is not old at all. It's just a couple months old, and it takes a while to build up a YouTube channel. I know this. But the, you know, first couple weeks, it was a little tough because I was putting together some good videos and having a little bit of tough time getting some traction, but that's all changed in the last couple weeks. So I'm super thankful, super excited for the future. I'm still having fun. I want to keep making videos, and what's really gonna do it for me is just the interaction with the people, the engagement with the channel, you know, people interested in the game. You know, that's what makes it fun for me. And it when I'm tired or I don't feel like doing a no damage run with full commentary, you know, it gives me that extra energy I need to get through it. You know, it helps me to get psyched up and say, yeah, let's get out there and let's do this for them. There was a few people, you know, that watched the entire video and they commented on certain things that happened in it. And it was just so amazing to, you know, to get that kind of, you know, feedback and stuff. I said, let's put together another video, you know, let's do it. So super thankful for everybody that's kind of coming along. And this is the beginning stages. And hopefully if it keeps up, you know, exponentially, I'll meet my 1,000-person sub goal. I want that so bad. I want to do that for the first time. So anything you can do to help me out, I would appreciate it. And, you know, of course, if maybe the videos aren't kind of what you're looking for, no, then, you know, nobody expects you to sub or to like to that, you know, no problem. And that's fair enough. I mean, I have no issues with that. But if you're having a good time and you like what's on here on this channel, then please, you know, help me out, because it really gives me the energy to keep going. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, we're getting ready for the final push here. Gonna get some Red9 in on this last run. This final chapter can be a little bit chaotic. It can be, you know, pretty RNG based, and some weirdness can happen. So having plan A, plan B, and plan C is important. Just like in life, you know, make sure you always have plan A, B, and C, because sometimes some weirdness will hit you and you have to come up with plan D right there on the spot. And then while it sucks that it's happening to you that way, it does make you tougher as a person, and it does make you stronger, because you have to think on your feet. There's no way to train for that. There's no way to practice for that. It just has to happen to you in real life. You know, you need to have, like, when you're negotiating a house and you're talking to somebody about a house and you're, you know, going back and forth about price, or, you know, going back and forth about terms, sometimes people start coming up with all kinds of creative things and, you know, things you never thought of. And, you know, sometimes it's just done to confuse you. Other times it's like real genuine, you know, ways to get a deal done. Like if a deal's falling apart, sometimes a buyer or a seller can revive it, or a good real estate agent, you know, can revive it. And but it's important in business and in life to be able to, you know, go rounds with somebody on a big deal, because what you learn is amazing. I bought many houses in my lifetime, and each one of them was a battle. Every single one of them. When you're buying a house, you're talking to the owner of the house, and 9 out of 10 times they, you know, their kids grew up in the house, and there's a huge, like, heartfelt value that they put on their houses that, trust me, I get it, but it doesn't translate into an appraisal. You know, nobody cares about where your kids grew up or anything like that. You know, they just want to get the best deal on the house possible. So, you know, have plan A, B, and C, and then sometimes D will come along. And I'm glad that in life I'm able to roll with that, and I'm able to fight with these people, you know, and going rounds with people over their houses is one of the toughest things you'll do in life as far as a negotiation is concerned. You know, whoa, that was really, really close right there. You know, these people don't want to, you know, they want to sell their house and they want to retire. And you need to kick him in the balls or shoot him in the balls like I'm doing with this guy. Because they're watching out for their family and you're watching out for your family. So pretty much all I do in life is negotiate deals. That's what I do outside of, you know, Resident Evil and You know, I love Resident Evil as an escape. Watch the crossbow right here. Oh, I didn't give him the crossbow. I gave him a nade. Oh, I must be low on arrows. But yeah, so little food for thought, you know, man. Always be ready to negotiate. Try not to ever let a deal end. Try to come up with a way around it. Try to come up with a way that is in your favor to, you know, keep the deal alive. And that makes you a better person. Because then you'll be able to take care of yourself in your retirement age. Once you're not really working very much anymore, which is many years down the road for me, so I don't have to really worry about that at the moment. But once that day finally comes, it's going to be my, you know, creative business deals, my mind, and, you know, all those things that are going to come together that are going to have to make me the money. Because when I'm not working anymore, I still got to have money coming in. Look at the Red9 go against Piggy. Look at it go. Red9 is the little handgun that could. Piggy's not liking it, I can tell you that much. And also, if another goal of mine is just to make my first money off of YouTube with Resident Evil. I mean, I'm all in trying to do that. I would love, even if it's just like $5. Or what would be even better is if I made enough money to give me all the money back that I used to subscribe to YouTube Premium and YouTube TV. If I ever got that money back from YouTube, man, oh God, I would be just celebrating like a fool. I would be high-fiving everybody around. Oh my God, that would be great. I want to do that so bad. I can't do that until I get 1,000 subscribers though. So one thing at a time. I tend to get excited and get ahead of myself, but you know what? That's what life is all about. Life is all about that, is getting excited and happy and, you know, thinking of fun things that you're trying to accomplish. For me, it's just about accomplishing goals. And one thing that I really take seriously in life is making sure that I have goals written down. I have goals, you know, all the time, because if you're not working towards goals, it's like, what are you doing? You know, what you got to be living for something. All right, we're just getting ready to see Sadler. He's going to get a rocket to the balls because we're ready to put this run to bed. He's the last thing. He's the last boss standing in our way, and then we just have one more final run. I missed a treasure coming around the corner right there. I didn't mean to. I just forgot. Right outside that door and on the left, I forgot to get that. Hopefully I have enough money to get the rocket launcher. I'm sure I do. I got, what, 72K right now? No, I'm not worried about it. If I had to, I'd just sell the knife. In this game, you want to die broke, like I said in all my other videos. And I think it's Bill Perkins, one of the really crazy poker players out there, who says die with zero. If you don't know what die with zero is, you got to check it out. Bill Perkins is a very, very funny guy. Just a crazy poker player, insane poker player. I wouldn't want to play against him. The guy is just nuts. And but his philosophy on dying with zero is really interesting. If you have a second to check it out because it's definitely something to think about. I didn't have any idea to think about life in that way until I sort of started researching what he was talking about. And he makes a good point. All right, get your rocket launcher ready to go. All right, let's go, Sadler. Alright, and here we're going to use the Red9 a bit. I wanted to just test out its range and see how it was going to do. See how these guys like the Red9. I know I could easily use the Stingray, but that's not what this video is about. I mean, look, it's getting it done. It's definitely not the fastest thing on Earth, but, you know, we're conserving rifle ammo. I mean, there you go. I would sum up the Red9 with that last exchange right there. That's pretty much how the run went. Cool in a couple of facets, but tough in another few facets, and just fun to use in some spots, but completely trash in other spots. Just incredibly hard to use, and some spots where it was very surprising. I mean, I'm still using it here. Not quite taking these dudes down. Sniper would have, but got to move on. I'll try to get a better angle on them over here. They're going to get some shots to the balls. All right, we got them done. Plaga? No problem. Red9 handled it very well. So, not a lot of ammo for it left, though. We'll probably get some here, though. Alright, this next section's a little tricky. I don't like to play around with it. I typically use a flash grenade right here if I have an extra one. I do, I got 5, I got tons. So this is going to be very easy. Give him the business right there. And then get out your crossbow. Love this next section right here. Get some. Love that, man. That thing is just a beast. This section, be very careful. Grab that flash grenade right there. Always go to the left if you have heavy grenades. If you don't, then you want to go to the right. I use 2 of them right there because I'm not messing around. These guys are a waste of time. Just keep going.
Deja vu. Time to end this. Hold on, Leon.
Got some handgun ammo right there. Not like we really need it, but... Give this guy some Red9. He's like, whoa. He's like, you got some range with that shit, son. I'm dying here. Took that bug right out of there. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. And right here? Oh, sure. Nice. Nice. Pretty cool.
I can still make it.
Just doing some final crafting. I doubt I need any of this stuff, but, you know, what the hell. You gotta die with 0 in this game. You can't take it with you. Get a heavy nade. Takes out the eye. One more flash. And there you go. The fireworks are going off. That bullhead was really wanting to mess me up, but he did not get a chance. So we did it. So to recap everything here, I would say the Red9 is definitely a good gun. It has its place, and I could see some, uses in the future. If I do another run of this, I definitely know a few areas where I would do things differently, and that's kind of about all I can say. Great in some spots, complete trash in others. And once you know the difference between those two spots, you can use the Red9 effectively. This video will probably show a lot of people, where its strengths and weaknesses are. My overall thoughts is, do I want to add this to my prime loadout? Is this my prime loadout? No, it's not. Can I get through the game with minimal cussing? Yeah, I can get through it. Do I want to do Red9 no damage runs? No. It's probably not all that. So I want to thank you so much for checking out this video and hanging out with me. And I'm going to keep trying to make more and more videos. I want to keep growing. And, like and subscribe if you can. And let me know in the comments if there's anything you do differently, or, if that you thought was cool. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. And with all that said, it's time to get back in the real world. Time to do real world things. And that's a wrap. Thank you very much. Have a great day.